Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Friday update, recorded August 4th. And as we go into the weekend, high pressure is on its way for New Zealand. You can see it here in the bright white, a large area of high, quite a powerful high pressure system. So that's going to shut down the windy, cold southerly that we've just had, but it means another cold night ahead tonight. So Saturday morning, we'll see frosty weather again around parts of New Zealand. High pressure really covers the entire Tasman Sea. It stretches into Australia, and then the next big high coming out of the Indian Ocean, moving into Western Australia. But between all of that, we do have this low pressure zone that's creating gale force winds again around Tasmania, and over the weekend it will brush past the southern part of New Zealand as that high tracks eastwards as well. And so that will bring a warmer burst of weather before the next cold change, which comes after that low. So let's take a look at the rain that's coming in from that low. It's mostly down here in Fiordland, around about 40 or 50 millimetres, and that's for the next 3 days ahead. So that's not exactly a huge amount, but there will be 5 to 10 millimetres spilling over into parts of Southland and Otago, but pretty much dry elsewhere. Only a couple of showers remaining in some of the coastal fringes of the North Island. Over in Australia, it's fairly dry for Western Australia, although a little bit of rain inland. And then over to the east, it's mostly down there in Tasmania and still around Cairns. And I have no idea why there are no place names on the map today. That's kind of strange, but anyway, I'm sure you know where you live. All right, let's get into the forecast. And here we are for Saturday. High pressure out there in the Tasman, and that second part of it down over the South Island. So frosty and cold to begin with on Saturday morning around the country. There could still be a bit of cloud though along the eastern coastline. And in Australia, that stormy system punches down to the south and the windy westerlies come back in again. So there could be a little bit of snow on the hills and ranges around Tasmania, and also a colder change coming up into Canberra and later on Sydney with a few showers into Saturday. Afternoon mostly. By Sunday, those showers move up further north of Sydney. They'll fall apart a wee bit, but they'll hang around the coastal areas. And in fact, the southeasterly flow from New Zealand really does affect a big part of Queensland and New South Wales, bringing showers to those coastal areas. In New Zealand, that westerly wind will lift up temperatures on Sunday in Southland and Otago and parts of Canterbury. Then after that, the cold change comes in, and once again, we're back to snow. So on Monday, you can see that southerly change coming up. That cold, that blue line indicates that the cold air coming in isn't just at the surface where we all live, but actually goes right up into the atmosphere. So that's why we know it's got a little bit more grunt. So you'll see that southerly coming in. It'll be wintry again for parts of the South Island, and in the North Island back again to the sou'westers and showers. Nothing too dramatic in there by the looks of it. By Tuesday, that cold blue line going all the way up to the top of, to about Auckland, and a few showers left behind it, and those showers in the southeasterly flow still affecting Australia. In fact, Australia's got showers in the east and the west next week, brought in by two different systems. So by the middle of next week, you've probably noticed one theme here: high pressure parked over New South Wales. That's a lot like El Nino, and we should be seeing more and more of that in the months ahead, and that encourages windy westerlies to the south that come into the New Zealand area at times, and these highs tend to not necessarily always come over the top of New Zealand. So that's the reason why this forecast next week is a little bit fickle. It's not necessarily being driven by high pressure or low pressure. We're sort of in the middle of it, and Australia is being affected by these different systems around the outer edges, but mostly high pressure over the top of the continent. That's all from me. Have a great weekend. Just a programming note, we aren't here on Monday. We're taking a day off, but we will be back again on Tuesday. The weather's fairly quiet, so it seems like a good time. See you again on Tuesday. Have a great, safe weekend.